Welcome to At the Vanguard. We're TB Vanguard, and our motto is for fans by fans. We showcase fans on the front line of the Team Breezy movement. This podcast is an open forum to discuss current topics as they relate to Chris Brown and his fan base.
Hey, you guys, so welcome to our February 12th, 2018 podcast. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in to At the Vanguard. Let's just go around and introduce ourselves. My name is Nikki.
I'm Paula.
Hi, my name is Princess Breezy 86.
Hi, my name is Sade.
My name is Shay.
Paula.
Yeah, because April stepped out and then D hasn't came yet, so I guess that's all of us for now.
Okay. So as you guys have talked about earlier, we've got a lot of topics to cover. So the first thing we're going to get into, we're going to switch things up. Instead of doing the social commentary at the end, we're going to start with the non-Chris related stuff just right in the beginning. So Quincy Jones had an interview for Vulture magazine. Did you guys read that? Did you guys hear what he had to say about that?
No.
I didn't read the entire thing. I didn't read the entire thing, but I read snippets. I guess the parts that went viral, because it was a lot to read.
It was a lot to read. Okay, so I read some of it. You read some of it. Is there anybody else that read any of it, or maybe aware of some of the things that he said?
I've seen some of the things he said.
Yeah.
I've seen some of the things.
I ain't read it.
I had a problem. I mean, there were lots of things in that article that were just problematic. I was pissed off, what he said about Michael Jackson. What he said about Michael was that
Richard Pryor,
Marlon Brando,
which was crazy.
Yeah.
The main thing with Michael, he was saying that Michael plagiarized some notes from a Donna Summer song that Quincy produced, which is absurd. Michael did not read or write music, and Quincy was the producer. So how does the performer plagiarize music? So that made no sense. I think he's getting senile or something.
I was thinking that maybe it's like the dementia setting in, because he is
Maybe
like
so.
85,
Because
It was interesting because I think in that section, Paula, that you're talking about, he went on to say that Michael should have gave credit or paid. I forget the name of the individual.
that was
paid someone at least 10%.
Greg Fillingane's that was for Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. But there was another one before that he said there were several.
No, I remember that too. Yeah.
Isn't it for Billie Jean, right?
I think it was for Billie Jean. Yeah, it's infuriating though, because he's the producer.
He had some interesting things to say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Considering that he produced that album, it's kind of like, well then, how did you let that happen? You're both at fault.
Right.
More so you, because you're the producer. You have to get that clear. How are you going to sit there and let him plagiarize it, let it go on to sell millions, hundreds of millions of records? Like, I just think he's bitter because he did sue Michael's estate, like I think last year or last year.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Last year for money, I think either from that he said that he didn't get paid for either Bad or Thriller, one of those albums. I can't remember.
That's probably what he's bitter about. So maybe he didn't get as much as he wanted or thought he should get.
He probably didn't. And he probably didn't think that album was going to... I mean, Michael did say he was going to create the best-selling album of all time, but...
Yeah.
I don't think it would have...
Michael Jackson legend.
The album that, would define music. The best-selling album of all time.
You can't predict that. Michael wrote it on a mirror. Remember when it came out, he said he wrote on a mirror, this is going to be the biggest selling album of all time. So it's like he made, he brought it into fruition.
I don't think Quincy nor Michael thought that it would reach like that. Like, come on, that album has sold unprecedented amounts of copies. Like, and this is before like the digital age. That one album, that's people's career sales. That's one CD.
More than anybody's, people's career sales. You're right.
Sometimes that's some people's career sales.
I know.
That was one album.
Mm-hmm. But that I wonder. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I wonder when that interview took place, because I did read it all, and on the bottom it said it was taken from two interviews. The article itself was put together from 2 interviews, but the reason I wonder when it took place is because I want to say sometime last week, I thought I read that Richard Pryor's, was it his ex-wife, that did an interview and said that he slept with Marlon Brando. Who? Did you guys hear about that? Or am I the only one that heard about that?
No, I heard about that. His ex-wife, now this is one of the ex-wives, he had a couple of them, he had several of them, but this was one of the ones that was like, she who must not be named. She got notoriety. She got sort of a name for herself by being married to him. And I think this was just a chance for her to be heard again. But it didn't even work, because all they did was say Richard Pryor's widow. That's all they said. They didn't even.
Well, no, and that. Well, right, and it wasn't even that. It was just more or less, I was curious to know, because that's 2 people making that claim. That's all. Right. And I had never heard that claim.
His son denies
it.
It was interesting. His son denies it. I'm not even sure they even knew.
And his daughter as well. And his daughter came out as well.
But his
daughter came out, and you know.
And then people.
And Marlon's not alive anyway, so.
Yeah, and people went
None of them are. None of the people he's
Yeah.
talking about are. None of the people he's talking about.
I'm just saying, like he was known to be eccentric, but he's not alive to say either way either. It's interesting how people make these claims after someone has passed,
right?
You know, and they're not there to defend themselves to whatever's
exactly.
Trying to validate Quincy Jones's point with a joke that Richard Pryor made during one of his stand-ups about having sex with a man. That he was so, you know, gone off the drugs. He actually had sex with the man and he enjoyed it. But, you know, I mean, Richard Pryor was wild until he did. The man got so hot he lit himself on fire. I mean, you know, nothing unpredictable with her, but it's just like, that was so distasteful considering the fact that he's dead, you know? Kind of like, let's leave him unsaid.
But the thing about they can't even, I mean, you can't prove it, but there's no evidence that he even knew Marlon Brando. That's the funny part.
Well, and the interesting thing is, he was claiming that the information came from Marlon. You know, not even Pryor, but from Marlon in his interview.
Like Marlon Brando, that's something Marlon Brando would never tell anyone if it did happen. Like, he didn't even seem like that type of guy that would go and say.
He wasn't like he wasn't very open. That's just a bit much. It's a bit much.
I feel like certain things are distasteful when the person has passed. I don't know, I kind of felt some type of way about it. Like, people kind of brushed it under the rug, like when Patti LaBelle kind of put Luther Vandross out on Andy Cohen's show. And it was like, I mean, we all kind of had that sense that Luther Vandross was, you know, gay, but we never, you know, we left things unsaid. It's just like, we never spoke of it. And, you know, she said it like, yeah, he was gay. I was like, like, kind of
we know he lived his life closeted, and that was his choice. And it's not somebody else's place to put somebody else out. I mean, it's just not anybody's place to do that. I feel like Quincy Jones is deflecting, because there's lots of talk about him. It hasn't come out like recently, but over the years, there's been lots of talk about him. And I felt like he was deflecting by talking about other people so nobody would talk about him.
Because the thing that kept constantly, you know, recircling on and kind of, you know, just faded off into oblivion after he had such a you know, popular career. It was like, what happened?
When he was around 16, that was when he kind of released that Break It Down song. That was like his first big sex song. And everyone was like, oh my God.
Oh, I remember that. Okay.
He did. Well, I remember because I was 13 at the time.
Oh, right, yeah.
I was like, oh my God. It was, you know, it was this big thing because, you know, he didn't want to be looked at in that angelic light anymore. And so after that, he was in his late teens.
Campbell, right?
Right.
Huh?
What's the thing about Campbell, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I always felt like they tried to push Tevin Campbell in like an usher out, and that didn't go well for him. Because remember, at that time,
he wasn't a dancer.
Yeah,
he wasn't a dancer.
It just wasn't. Like,
it
didn't really go for him.
And it didn't really make sense to do because he was out, you know, well before. Like it. That did, you know, that wasn't his role. That wasn't what he did. And actually, since you brought up Usher, he was like revamped twice. because when he first came out, he was with Diddy, and he had a completely different vibe, completely different New Yorker vibe.
I remember.
You remember that Can You Get With It song and all of that? And so, yeah. And then when he went to Atlanta, that changed. And all of a sudden he is, a Southern boy at heart, but initially when he first came out, that wasn't the swag he had.
When he got with Jermaine Dupri, his sound changed.
Yep. Yeah. Just came in.
Hey, D.
How you guys doing?
Hey.
We're doing just fine. We actually just wrapped up our opinions on the Quincy Jones article, and now we're gonna move right on, unless you have something you want to add to it.
The only thing I would say is, how come he's doing that? You know what I mean? Like, he's a legend and an icon, and I just can't figure out why he would. Like, is that what they call it, Alzheimer's or dementia or something?
Yeah, so we wonder that.
Do that. You know what I'm saying?
He's just old, rich, and bored. He don't have nothing else better to do.
It's probably those 22
really
girlfriends he got, because you said he got 22 girlfriends. He needs to worry about those girls.
Whatever.
Yeah, oh my God. That was so hilarious. Like, Quincy.
They'll probably just let it pass because he is 85.
But didn't they talk to Michael Jackson's dad today? I saw it.
Oh,
something
did
that
they?
said
Did he?
Yeah, they talked to Michael Jackson's dad. I don't know what he said, but I know that they did talk to Michael Jackson's dad and asked him what he thought about what Quincy said. So I think it's just, that's perplexing.
Well, I mean, in fairness to that, like, he didn't say anything new about Michael's dad. So, but yeah.
I mean,
all the
Joe,
other stuff.
I don't really want to see two old men go back and forth, so hopefully Joe can do it.
I don't mind it.
That'd be funny.
That would be funny.
Arguing, seeing the elderly thing, like, okay.
Have their Walker battle and move it right along. So.
Beating each other with canes.
Yes, I am here for it. So, okay, no, seriously. So, we know that Melanin Magic, is it coming this week?
Yes, Valentine's Day. The video comes out Wednesday.
Is it? Okay.
Oh, really? Oh my God, that's Wednesday, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
She did say 2 weeks when we last spoke, and I said that she wrote on her comments that it was coming in 2 weeks. After we said it could be Valentine's Day. Then I guess
okay.
It was Valentine's Day.
And did she confirm it this week?
She posted a little clip on her Instagram.
Okay.
She's like laying on a big gold cube, and Chris is like doing some amazing things with his foot. I don't even know what he's doing, but it looks amazing. I posted it. I posted it on my Instagram, so you can repost it.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Okay, well, we would definitely be looking out for that. And the song's still on the. Did anybody know how the song is doing on the charts so far? I heard it.
I think it moved up 2 points, didn't it? I thought it moved up 2 points on R&B. That's what I saw last week.
Tammy, have you seen it?
Okay.
Tammy?
No, I only seen it on the radio. I think it was like number 24 on Urban Radio.
Okay. So it's still moving up.
Well, the video boosted up, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a nice little song, so hopefully it'll do well when the video drops. Okay. Speaking of videos, so Temple's coming.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah.
Thoughts about it? Any ideas? You guys think you want to give a stab at what you think the concept might be?
Well, Sade was supposed to be getting the backside story behind it. What's up?
Well, I do know that there's going to be an apocalypse in there, and I'm seeing hoverboards, whatever he posted, so maybe it's like apocalypse meets Back to the Future.
Jeez. That sounds interesting.
It does.
Right, it's going to be completely, I feel like the video is going to be completely different from what we would think the video would be. I know the choreography is probably going to be insane. I cannot wait.
I saw that Riveting said that it's a movie and to get your popcorn out, so I guess it's going to be maybe longer than the length of the song, but that's what Riveting Entertainment was saying.
For Tempo?
Yeah, for Tempo, they had like popcorn in the movie reel and said it was going to be a movie, so I don't know, it's not literally a movie, I think they just mean the quality
of
the
short
film. Yeah.
Well, that would be cool. He hasn't done it in a while.
Yeah, like a storyline type of video. I mean,
I'm
the
ready
royalty
for it.
series. The royalty series is a storyline, but like a music video that had like a plot. That's like Fine China. Fine China was like his last like real cinematic type of video. It's gonna be like 3 weeks from now.
Well, perhaps. But he's been doing pretty good with that so far. We had like, was it last week we talked and we said that it was February 6th, something.
What's on February 6th?
No, I thought last week the song was getting sent to radio February 6th.
Yes.
What
Tempo went to radio.
Okay.
February 6th, yeah.
I know it wasn't just me. I had to think about what it was. Okay. And so this week, we know a video is coming. So let's not even put in the atmosphere that it's going to be 3 weeks from now. Like, let's not do that to ourselves.
That's true.
March 1st. First week of March, I'm putting it out.
So you guys heard about the Chris Brown got a new song by King Combs, P. Diddy's son. You guys heard it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. He brought that up. Was it yesterday?
Yeah. It's the album should be coming out, so it's nice. I heard it on.
It was on Friday. I think he released it on Friday.
Yeah, the night.
Midnight.
He even performed it on that show, the 4, whatever that show is that Diddy has with
Diddy.
DJ Khaled. Yeah, he got to release and perform it there too. So of course Diddy got his set up. So yeah.
Diddy gonna make sure that song get promoted. Okay.
Oh heck yeah.
He models.
Like you say, can't stop.
Yeah, he models. He's some models.
He models.
He does.
He actually models in a Fashion Week show here in New York for Philip Klein, the fashion designer that Chris had his campaign with him like 2 years ago.
Right.
He walked in that fashion show and then he performed "Love You Better" at the after party. So I'm like, get that promo, Christian.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Is there any other new songs that we didn't cover or new videos coming up involving Chris that we didn't cover? In that.
That T Grizzly, remember it looked like they were doing a video shoot when Chris first showed off the pink hair? Remember they were working on something?
Yeah, Chris has pink hair.
T Grizzly. Oh, that's another topic.
Chris looks cute with pink hair. That's Princess Breezy, but I like all his hair colors. But the only hair color I prefer, it would be the green, the purple hair. You saw?
Oh my, I remember that.
Yeah.
I like the Coachella. I like the Coachella rainbow hair.
I love the Coachella hair.
Yes, rainbow hair.
Especially when he he shot the 5 More Hours video and he had the rainbow shirt with the teddy bears on it.
That looked good. That looked good.
Is that the slushy hair? Is that the slushy hair? I like I don't know. Okay, yeah, I like that. Because I just remember when he had the picture of royalty and his hair looked like a slushy. It was so pretty. Like, you remember that picture?
I remember
royalty. Yeah, pretty.
There's only one hairstyle of his that I didn't like too much.
What hairstyle?
He had the 2 color blues in it. It was like aqua blue on the side and then like royal blue in the middle. I didn't like that one.
That didn't look right.
I like that two-tone. Yeah.
I mean, I don't like. I didn't even like the blonde. So, but I was surprised that I really liked the pink because it's so well done.
Blend his skin color because he like light brown, like he light skin, but blend his skin color, the blonde hair.
Look good.
Sometimes it's pretty. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah,
I
like the pink.
The best hairstyle I like is during his premiere. I like that hairstyle on him. It really looks nice with the blonde streak.
Yes.
That looked good too.
Yeah, that was nice. Yeah. But I like. But I'm plain. I think he's very handsome, regardless. But really,
he's sexy.
His natural hair color and a fade. He
looks
the best. Most handsome like that.
He does.
He's most handsome like that.
I agree,
Paula. His best haircut is when during the royalty era. That was his best haircut when he had like the waves and it was like tapered on the side, and you could see the tattoo on the back of his head. It was so nice. Like, that was good. That was a good haircut. That was a good one.
Speaking of tattoos on the head,
oh,
if you all notice that there's none on the side still.
Sub-Zero missing. He went.
Thank God.
Went into hiding.
And I'm so happy.
The triangle is still there, but Sub-Zero mysteriously vanished.
Triangle where? Which one?
In his forehead.
Oh,
right
he's always
in
had
his
eyebrows.
forehead.
I don't think it's a triangle. To me, it looks like the little emoji you use for the head, like the little headset with the little ear things on it. That's what it looks like to me. I know people say it looks like a triangle, but on the side of his forehead towards the top of his hairline.
Did that resurface?
Yeah, it's in one of the pictures. It was the Instagram video that he did when he was in the studio with T Grizzly.
Yeah, there.
What makes it disappear is if he creases his forehead, it gets lost in there. So you can't see it, but it's still there. It's still there. But the big black Sub-Zero, don't see it. I don't know what that's about. I don't know.
Voodoo, witchcraft,
makeup. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm still here. Who's still here? It's Princess Breezy.
You wanted to say something?
No, what I'm trying to say, so when I went to the runway show, how this Princess Breezy, okay, so I went to the runway show last week. I talked to Christina, she said the tour is going to be, in June. Joyce told me it's going to be in June, so he's having a tour in June.
So that's great.
Oh.
Chris.
Oh.
Tammy.
I'm coming in. I didn't know what was going on.
I know. Yeah, he has a tour in June, so that's what Joyce told me, Christina.
So that's going to be a U.S. tour?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You guys got your money saved up for the tour this year?
Well, we just found out about it from you, so not yet.
Yeah.
Gotta get your money saved up.
Yeah.
But no, so how long?
Pardon?
There's like a bad reception.
How long you guys? Okay, what's your first time we heard? What's the first time you guys loved Chris Brown? Like first time I loved him when I was like 19.
Oh wow.
How old I was?
Okay, we found a little bit of an agenda, but I guess we all sort of have I'm way older than most of y'all. I was 47, so way older than y'all. And I'm a fan of his voice. I'm not somebody that's an adult that's fiending over a teenager, but some people do. we know that. We have a few cougars. Not a cougar myself, but
no, not either.
Right?
Not at all.
You guys ever had a meet and greet with him?
No,
I haven't. Nope.
So you're the only one in the bunch.
Yeah, the only one. Yeah, I passed out. Where I met him face to face. I came up to him, and he was like, "What's up?" I was like shocked. Yeah, I saw him August 22nd, 2015.
Wow.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Cool.
A little bit of an agenda, so we're gonna go ahead and follow that.
So speaking of tours, well, Paula, I don't know what this is. Chris 2x2 tour. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, Chris called the tour the 2x2.
He wanted about Beyonce, Bruno Mars. I know he wanted Bruno Mars and Beyonce and
okay, yeah.
Rihanna.
You know, I remember that. I just wasn't understanding what she wrote, so I wasn't understanding if that was the same thing. So yeah,
that's
the fake outrage.
Yes, the fake backlash. These people are supposedly just upset. So fake.
Yeah. No, I remember that. But Paula,
it kind of backfired on people who tried to discredit him, because then it came because a lot of people came to his defense, like, okay, you might not like him as a person, but let's not act like he's not talented. Like, okay, let's not start being liars on here today.
right. Yeah.
Jay,
and Bruno liked
about it.
Oh,
yeah.
Right.
Bruno liked and retweeted the tweet.
Right.
Yeah, he likes Chris. Our fans need to get it together.
Right.
And it's money
he has
in
no
their
problem
pocket.
with him. Huh?
It's money in their pocket.
Yeah.
It's mega money in their pockets. It's a huge, a huge tour.
Yeah. Or you know what? And he said a 2 for 2, so it could be any two of your matching. He said basically it's all four of us. Who picked the two of your matching? I would go for a personally, my dream tour would be Chris and Beyonce. Honestly, I would die 10 times in heaven, die again, come back, die some more. Or if we can't do Chris and B, I'll settle for Chris and Bruno. I think that would be amazing tour.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Beyonce too. Because Beyonce more action. Yeah, I agree with you. I say Beyonce and Chris Brown too.
Yeah.
That'd be perfect. Hell, we could just be the three of them, honestly. It don't have to be a 4 for 2. It could be a 2 for 2. It could just be a 3 for 3. I'm just
You can listen to the other one that's listed. I mean, you know, he put like 4 people's names on there. You don't have to see Chris and Beyonce. There's other people on there, April. I'm just saying.
Well, wherever Chris is going to be, honey, I'm going to be.
Well, who's your second choice?
Beyonce is my second choice. I've never seen her live, and everyone that
Oh yeah, you
have
want
some
to
friends
do? You want to
who
do
are
that?
Really, they're bees, and they said she's fantastic live. I've heard that, so I do want to go see her live at least once. Probably.
Sam, is that you?
She's in.
Hey, I can hear us now.
Hey.
How you guys? Hi, everybody.
Hey,
How you doing?
doing pretty good.
I was like, man, I want to talk. It's not letting me say nothing.
So you want to say something about the tour?
You know I got so much.
No, that's right.
But yeah, first of all, I knew it was gonna make everybody fake mad. Like they were just so outraged. Like there's no way. Like he just, did something illegal by putting his name beside the 3 other names that he put.
Right.
And I just thought I'm like, are you people crazy? Like, you've got to be able to separate what you think about him personally versus his life, his talent, his gifts or whatever. And I mean, I even went so far to talk about, like the difference between Michael Jackson and Prince. It's no less greater because Michael was acknowledged as being, who he was.
Right.
And then it don't take anything away from Prince. Like, what are you talking about? This is so stupid to me. I thought it was so stupid. But I love the fact that he put the 2 for 2.
Right.
I think everybody is looking at it and you're like, what does that mean? Or what is he inferring? Because he never had to say 2 for 2. That wasn't even necessary.
Right.
But he put it in there for his own reasoning. And yeah, I know everybody's geek and, you say, oh, I love to see Chris and Beyonce tour or across the tour. I think Chris and Bruno would be overkill for me if I was there. They just, I don't know.
But I think
so, of course, everybody.
Though I think the idea is that's why I said 2 by 2. I think two male headliners and 2 female headliners. I don't think he meant just to choose 2. I think it was 2 by 2, and meaning all.
No, but I mean, he said 2 for 2. So
he said 2 for 2.
2 by 2.
Oh, he said 2.
And he said you. And I think he say like take your pick, like you.
Oh, I thought it was 2 by 2.
Yeah. He said 2 for 2.
That's what I was trying to tell you, Paula.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to beginning because that's what you wrote. 2 of your choice.
Okay.
Like a piece of wood.
Exactly.
Pick the 2 of your choice.
I got my own meaning for it.
but
honestly,
I don't know.
I think people didn't grasp the part of the 2 for 2 that you picked the 2 of your choosing, and they just thought that it was going to be all 4 of them.
That's exactly what I thought. That's exactly what I thought.
Exactly.
Well, reading's fundamental and comprehension is essential.
Okay.
See, that Twitter don't do that. When they see his name and anything he say, and it's more so a certain name that was triggering people to be upset about the tweet than anybody else's name.
Right.
Yeah. That's
but
brilliant.
The funny thing is, you put those 2 on tour, and I don't care what nobody say. Hey, it ain't nowhere they won't sell out. I don't believe it. I don't care what anybody says. There is nowhere they would go that they would not sell out, and that's just a fact. I mean, if they were selling out when Chris was the headliner and she was on tour with them, come on.
Right.
I mean, come on, like right now. And they got songs. They could perform stuff.
And they have more recent songs. Yes.
Right, exactly. So
let me just
I am a great.
I was saying, like, people was being so fake outraged, but it doesn't matter who he was teamed with. You're still going to go to the concert.
Exactly.
You're still going to go to the concert regardless.
But let me just let me just say this. I am not a Rihanna fan. You know that. I mean, I don't like pop music.
Right.
I don't listen to pop music.
Right.
But I think we've been cheated of Chris and Rihanna, and in particular, their chemistry, all of that. we've been cheated out of a video from them, and a tour would be fine. I would not be against it at all. I would go, because there's I mean, even if, no matter what you think about them together, they are on fire together. Their chemistry's out there.
I want to
put them together at the very least.
It would just be fun, because you would get the Chris from old school, meaning who knows when he would just pop out from behind the stage and just do. I mean, it's that kind of a show too. Like in my opinion, it wouldn't be, like if he was with B, you still wouldn't see Chris until it's time for Chris to be on stage, or vice versa. Right. But I think with him and Rhea would be so much mixture of just him popping out. He might come out one of dance. I mean, you just never know what you can
Yeah, that's true.
On that tour.
It said on Google,
Plank
I'm looking right now.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris.
I mean, like Plank Wars and everything.
Okay, Princess, you want to say something?
I don't know. Did anybody see? It was posted. I think Vogue posted something about Rihanna going on tour from 2018 till 2019, and it would be in stadiums to a lot of countries that people don't normally visit, and it came up. It went up on Vogue and went right off. And then they had Rihanna in the comments, well, with some emojis, with the face like, or and a smiley face. So, I don't know why Vogue would post something like that and then take it right off, because I heard they took it off really fast.
So you said Rihanna commented on it?
Yeah.
Yep. She put up the thinking emoji and then a laughing emoji. And see, the thing is, most of her fans took that as it's a lie. But Rihanna always says lie, false, not true, when something's not true. And I don't think now, no matter what you think, Vogue is not somebody that's just making up stories to throw out there. They're too reputable of a, to just throw something out like that. Right. But I think they might have got their timing wrong, and that wasn't supposed to be in there. That's my personal.
And her new album is coming out, they said as well, right? And it's called it's going to be called Rewind.
Listen to this. How ironic. I mean, and you can take it, but how ironic is 3 days ago, Chris talked about this amazing tour. Okay? To me personally, Chris added Beyonce and Bruno so people really wouldn't die. So they just wouldn't die. That's just me personally. But I mean, I'll take it. That's just me personally. But then, 2 days later, Vogue just happens to put stuff that snatches it back down, all about this tour and this album, and she don't deny it. Like, to me, I don't believe in coincidences when it comes to stuff like that. Like, that, she ain't said nothing. She ain't really did anything, but boom, you hop up and this drops, and then you snatch it back. But it's all about touring. Like, how coincidental, quote unquote, is that?
And what's funny too? What's funny too? I don't believe that was a mistake, honestly.
No,
I don't either.
I don't believe things like that are a mistake, because I don't know, they said from 2018 all the way through to 2019, so I don't know when in 2018 but how did they get that information?
Exactly.
To post it in the first place,
Right.
And go ahead.
I was just saying, I feel like a lot of times they gauge the atmosphere, they gauge the climate, they gauge the internet, they just throw stuff out there to kind of see what the whole thing is. Not necessarily, we want good feedback. We just want to know what the feedback is. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I just think a lot of times Chris is usually the one that will just stick the neck out and go out there and just throw. He know everybody's coming for him.
Right.
It's 3 days later though, guys, and they're still talking about a tour that they say would never happen, but they're still talking about it. They're still
It's been 3 days.
About it.
It's really been 3 days.
3 days.
It actually trended for 3 days.
Yeah.
Right. So
You know why? Because I've been arguing or talking to a lot of them. Some are nice, some aren't nice, and it's just a lot of them. Like, it's like they fear Chris. Like he's a threat to your artist. Like, why we can't all just like who we like?
I know.
Every time, he's accredited or something, or he has some success or something. Just like the RIIA certification of Heartbreak on a Full Moon, you have them all in the comments acting crazy, like what is your problem?
No, because they hate him because they want him to be gone so bad. And the fact that he's still prospering, and the fact that he's still here, and he's still...
Do they? Because I got royalty mixed up. I said it's a royalty album from 2016. She corrected me. Oh, you fake fan, is a royalty album from 2016. I got so dumb. I'm like, well, okay, teenager.
Right.
They know more about his album sales, his albums in their first week, what year drop was.
And then they want to pull up receipts and stuff, and I'm like, listen, I ain't going through all of that. Look, y'all can pull up receipts. I am not going through all of that. I ain't got. Listen, I don't even know where to look, so I'm not going. I'm like, okay, you got me on that one.
At the end of the day, they can argue, they can try to discredit Chris as much as they want. He's a part of music history, period. Like, he has a
I agree with you. I don't care what nobody say. He's a legend. He's an icon. People take advantage of him. After what happened to him and Rihanna a long time ago, people just turn Chris Brown down.
The bottom line is they are mad. I mean, they're scared. That's what they really are. They're afraid if Beyonce say, I'm about to collab with Chris Brown, they would die. They wouldn't know what to do. They would all fall apart.
Jasmine was sold out.
God forbid if Rihanna comes out and says, I love this idea. I'm gonna do they're so shook. Like that's why they hate so hard.
That's the word, shook.
That's why they hate so hard.
Honestly, I don't really think Rihanna's scared of anything. I don't think Beyonce.
No, not Rihanna. She's talking about the fans. She's talking about the fake.
I'm talking about the fans. The fans are afraid that might happen. You see what I mean? They can't get rid of.
Yeah, they are really scared. You're right about that. Because
they can't trash them into oblivion, right? They try to trash them. And when you see Chris and Reed get back together, then break up again, and then don't talk, but you still going all the way back to 2009 to try your best to keep dogging him. When you're doing that tells your fear. It's just laying on your shoulder. You can't even hide it. You're just scared that something is going to happen to make him just explode and be loved or whatever you want to call it, and that's what scares them. That's why they try so hard.
It really does.
Right.
Exactly. And they're so pressed. Like they're so. It must be boring because their faves, it's just like their faves are like, they don't pop up around. They don't interact with them on social media. They don't really, Beyonce, Rihanna don't pop on social media until she has to post a selfie or she want to advertise.
Exactly. Yep.
Beyonce, she don't interact with nobody.
What about the picture Chris took in his caption? He said, excited for the things to come, but he didn't look excited. What's that about?
I thought that was funny. I thought that was so funny.
Well, we got a selfie. We can't remember. We just saying last week we can't even get a selfie. You heard you, Sade. He heard you say can't get a selfie out of him, and bam, we get a selfie.
He has, but do you see his face? It's here. Y'all always begging.
He's so irritated with Sade.
Always begging.
He is irritated with you.
Y'all always begging for something here.
So, Princess was telling us earlier that Chris is going on tour in June. I don't know if you heard that or not.
Yes, I did. I didn't know it was June, but I did hear about that there is going to be a tour.
So that's what I already did.
But didn't we?
Why didn't he just say something to the effect of his tour? Everybody knows him. I don't understand that.
Yes, slow down a little bit.
Because the mom and the aunt, I saw them at the runway show, and they were saying this tour. Christina told me, and Joyce told me that.
Well, I seen UK, so they got to be working on this. I seen where Ant spoke to one of the fans, DM Ant. He said yes, that they're planning a tour in the UK. So now, how that's gonna work, I don't know. I don't know. You know, and the fan is pretty TV, so I
right.
But I know that means that they're working on it again to try their best to get him a work permit or whatever they're supposed to get.
Because he can go there. The problem is the work visa. So I think it just can't be last minute. I think that was the issue the last time. Why they haven't gone back, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure he's not really banned. I don't think so. I don't think he really is.
I felt like this was going to be an album he was going to do a world tour on. It's too big of an album just to do a tour in the United States.
Right.
Even if he don't do it all in one take, like he could do the U.S. tour, wait a couple months, and then go overseas. Like this is the album where he can actually do a world tour where it's enough material where he can go all over.
Bro,
I don't want him to like tour for like 2 years straight. I do want him to do a tour, take a break, then go back. Like that'd be too much on his body, you know. Even though
I remember
he's at home.
He did it when he did it. Oh, this is Princess. Okay, when he did a Between Streets tour, after the tour finished, he did a One in the Hell Night tour. So he did it the same year.
Yeah, I went to both.
It was the same year.
I think the both.
I went to that year. One was in the winter, and then one was like in the summertime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I had soundtrack VIP.
This is between, but there's some breaks. But he takes breaks in between, and they have a whole different set of rehearsals for each one. So.
Do y'all think he'll have a band, like a live band?
Yeah.
Last one had live band.
I want him to bring back background singers. I was just watching the Carpe Diem tour on YouTube when it was one of the shows he did in Paris, and it was phenomenal. And I'm just like, oh my god, I need this level of theatrics. I need
OMG.
The amount of vocals, the background singers. I just need everything. Like it was perfect. I'm like, why he didn't bring this tour to the U.S.? I'm still upset about this.
Oh, Carpe Diem.
He deserved that. Yeah.
Yeah. But that was a rough year. That was a crazy year.
I know.
He was not at his best health wise that year, but I think that's why that didn't happen. But it would be great if he just took this tour. I think he should tour for 2 years and not do a new album, not do another album. I think he should tour for 2 years, but not continue. Take breaks in between, but continuously.
Like him, he like money, so he's flexible. So he probably want to do tour and CDs. But the album part, he might take a break on the album because
I hope he does.
45 tracks.
He really has worked himself like crazy for the last 2 years.
But I think that's what he likes. I think that keeps his mind occupied. It keeps him from being idle. An idle, Chris, is never what we want. So I just think like when he is busy, like that studio probably is the best thing that he's ever done. As far as just keeping his mind focused on his gifts and what he's doing. I don't know. I just think that that's a good, that's why he does what he does. I think he knows how to take breaks and kind of chill a little bit in between. But I like when he's just moving. He's busy. He's working. Because I want him to get out of L.A. That'd be my thing. I mean,
yes.
Get your baby, whoever, bring him, when it's your days, but I'm just saying, get out of L.A. Like, I hate that he stays around there because it just, I don't know. Or just go overseas and get you some different sounds and stuff, because that's what he likes to do. When he's over there, he listens to the different sounds, he sees different groups, he sees, all this stuff, and it gives him the opportunity to be even more creative than he already is. And I don't know, I feel like it keeps his juices flowing, so.
It seems like they appreciate him more. Like one thing I never passed when somebody posts that video of him at Cannes. Remember when he and Woody are dancing the Azonto and Cannes?
The Love More, right?
The Love More. I never passed that because like everybody just crowded around him, and that was the same tour where he came out on a hoverboard and like thousands of paparazzi.
Yeah.
I thought that was the funniest video ever. He was just he didn't even talk to them. He just ride along on the hoverboard, and they all followed him down the street to his car. I thought that was hilarious. But I love seeing them
overseas. I always do that. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I think overseas appreciate. They appreciate U.S. artists so much. Like I mean, when they go over there, they get so much love. You know what I mean? Like, if it's fans, they gonna get all that love. Like, they're stalking the hotel. They're doing everything, like, to make sure that they know, you know, how. Because they don't get to see him that often.
You know the outrage is going to cause if he is, you know, touring in the UK, they are going to lose their mind, his fan base in the UK.
Oh my God, yes.
Yes. Because look how long it's been.
Chris Brown don't be out there, so, you know, fans going to go crazy.
Yeah.
If he's doing shows at the O2, he's going to sell them out. He's going to probably have to do multiple nights.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to want to. Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've been flying to Amsterdam from the UK to see him.
Yeah.
Or they'll go to Dublin,
Paris, Dublin, and Amsterdam.
Let's get into one last thing because we've only got like 10 or 11 minutes left. The All-Star game. I know you guys saw the post about him, you know, shooting that ball.
Yes.
Like 1,000 miles away.
It's like he's not even human. It's like, come on.
The only person I can see really giving Chris competition as far as ball-wise is Davies.
Yes.
Davies got a little more height on him, and Davies actually can really play basketball. He used to play with. He used to play with.
He used to play.
Yeah.
But please don't get it twisted. Quavo can shoot.
That's the only one that can really like, you know, give Chris a little run. But other than that, Chris gonna smoke everybody's boots on that other team. That's all. If you don't see him under people's posts that's on the other team, he's like, you gonna get this work. And then it was the coach that was helping Two Chainz.
I would just say that the 2 Chainz down in the post.
And he was training 2 Chainz, and he was like, "That's not gonna save him from this work." I'm like, Chris, stop being a troll. Just calm down.
That was funny. I saw that.
He's too ready.
But CM, you were saying that Quavo can play?
Yes, Quavo can play basketball. Nobody can think that Quavo can't play. He can play. He absolutely can play. He can shoot your eyeballs out. That right there is a given. But if I'm Chris Brown, because he's going to play guard against Chris. If I'm Chris, I put him in the hole and I would kill him. I would eat that boy alive. He's 6'2", 6'3", Quavo like 5'10", and I would put him in the hole and I would just do layups on him all day.
Well, I didn't know Quavo was even that tall. He looks really short to me. I didn't know he was that tall.
Well, he might be shorter than that, but I know he ain't nowhere near Chris height. So
no, he's not. I know he's not 6'2".
All I'm doing is putting him in the hole, and if I'm Chris, I'm just gonna lay up the ball. He gonna have to foul me every
Chris got a dunk on him.
Ball.
Chris got a dunk on him just because for the culture.
I don't know if Chris can do it. Chris
he's got a 3-pointer. He's got a 3-pointer. That's mean.
He was in high school. He was point guarder. Yep, he was playing basketball in his sophomore or junior before he got signed. Job record.
Yeah.
But the other 2 times, it was like during Chris's tour when he was playing, right?
Yeah, it was the One in the Hell Night tour.
And then it was a party tour too with BET. He was performing.
Right.
I'm surprised he didn't call C Brick up, because normally when Chris getting ready to play in one of these games, C Brick come over so he can get a little bit of training in. Just like how you seen 2 Chainz with that other NBA trainer.
Oh yeah.
That's one of the main things C Brick does. He trains Chris in basketball for these little games like this.
Maybe he doesn't have time or something. I don't know.
Oh, see, Brick done blew up though, so you're probably right. He has blown up.
Does anybody know if there's going to be a live stream for the game?
I'm going to look out for it just in case, but I haven't heard anything yet.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure like Snoop or 2 Chainz will, give us more information. But I do know I was watching 2 Chainz and Snoop's live. They were on Instagram Live together, because now you could do joint live with other people.
Oh yes.
And they did their draft and they picked their players. And 2 Chainz was saying this is like a big event. Like Adidas is sponsoring it. Ciroc, they got a lot of big sponsors. And
because it's better than the NBA celebrity game. They tell you exactly who's in this year's celebrity basketball game, and you'll be like, who? What?
They should have just picked first and called it a day.
I don't understand. Okay, so they got Sterling Brown. You know what that is?
From Ridiculousness?
Oh, well, maybe. If you know who he is, I don't know. So, Nick Cannon, Terrence Crawford, who was a boxer. Rachel Demita, who was an NBA 2K personality. Jerry Ferrara, Mark Lazary. So Tracy McGrady will be the legend. Candace Parker will be the WNBA representative for this team. Nate Robinson is the former player. Drew Scott is an actor, and Chris Wu. That's one team. Then on the other team, you got Anthony Anderson. You know who that is.
Mm-hmm.
That's the not grownish, but what's the
Blackish.
Yeah. So then you got Brandon Armstrong. You definitely don't know him because he's a D-League player.
I don't know who.
Miles Brown is an actor.
Little boy from Blackish.
That's his name, Miles Brown. I guess.
Yeah.
Win Butler, who is a musician. Common. Andre DeGrasse, we know who he is. Stephanie Dolson is the WNBA representative. Jamie Foxx, Paul Pierce. You got the girl from Orange is the New Black, Daisha. I don't know how to say her name. Polanco or whatever. Yeah, her. Bubba Watson, who is a golfer, and Jason Williams. The bottom line is, you don't know most of these names.
I don't know. I don't know.
I wouldn't pay money to go see this celebrity game. And so that hip hop, Snoop having his first annual, celebrity game on his own. Like if I'm Tidal or Revolt, I would stream this.
Right.
I would definitely stream this. There's no way I would not stream this event, but I don't know if that'll happen. But
about it too, because All-Star Weekend last year was trash when you think about like the dunk contest. The contest was horrible. Everything just did not go well last year. So it was like,
I don't even remember it now.
They wanted Steph Curry. They wanted Steph Curry to do that same kind of shot that Chris did, and he couldn't do it. It was like if he was to get the half court shot, it was $100,000 ball for.
Yeah, they was trying to help the dude. Yeah, help the dude.
I saw the shot on Instagram. He threw the ball all the way up to the basketball court. He ain't made it.
Yeah, but people were like, "Oh, that's fake." I've seen him do that, like on YouTube at mini basketball games, and I'm like,
he's done that a lot of times.
But we know Steph Curry can do it though, y'all. I mean,
right.
But it's like, I've seen Chris do it. I'm like, people are so shocked. Everybody's so shocked and amazed in the comments. Everybody's reposting it, like, oh my God, he's not human. I'm like, I've seen him do this a few times. Like,
it's funny what I see. You know what I see? Everybody's talking about it's a camera trick. If you look when the ball, I'm like, y'all really trying to discredit the dude doing this?
That's exactly why he gave it from two angles, just so people wouldn't be stupid and say that. Where's the dent in the car, too? The rim is right above the car.
He might have had to do it a few times, but come on, y'all got to stop.
But he ain't hit out one of those Lambos because ain't no car was dented.
Whoever that person was getting the ball, that was their one job. Make sure this ball don't hit my car.
You got one job and one job only.
That's funny.
But throw your body across the car if you have to, but you better not let them ball hit.
Yeah.
All right, Nikki.
That's how he ran to the hoop. Like, I gotta hurry up and save this ball.
Right.
Yeah, we made it. Right. Pretty much on the dot, you guys. Good job. We were able to cover everything. So thank you guys for calling in and being a part of our podcast today. And we will see you all next Monday.
All right.
Thank you,
everybody.
Special thank you to our first new person we've had in a while, to Princess. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me, guys.
Thank you, Princess. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Have a good week.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us on this episode, and we hope you'll join us again at the Vanguard.